Hi guys, Scott Cook here with CTFO and Team Prosperity within CTFO. And today I want to talk about debunking some myths and chatting about telephone call reluctance. You'll hear plenty of terms as you start to move through this maze, this world of network marketing. And it's because is really a lot more to it than most people realize. So along the way, you'll learn more and more things. It doesn't matter how long you've been in. I learn things every day. So even those who have been successful in network marketing for decades will tell you that they're still learning new things about it every day. And as such, it's always good to keep an open mind and to continue growing as a professional in this industry. And that's what I'm asking you to do with this video. So here we go. Now, I've personally absolutely had about all I can take with the chicken list in network marketing speeches given by the gurus who are not much more than wallet vampires out there. I've had it. Have you? I mean, really, talk about nonsense. All these gurus and leaders always yapping about empowering people one minute and then talking about people like they're losers if they don't call their chicken list in network marketing. Well, let me tell you something. The gurus don't know squat. Don't believe their lies. See, I can assure you that people who are not picking up the phone are not chickens. And therefore, actually, furthermore, people pitching this idea don't know squat about network marketing. How can I say that with such conviction? Well, first of all, how can someone's ego be so enormous that they would believe that they can belittle people into making phone calls? Good grief. Do you want to do that? When we hear leaders do that, when people who are further along in the pay plan than us do that, are they not showing us what we'll be doing once we succeed? Well, no thanks. So if it's not courage, if it's not bravery, then what is it? Why don't people go after their chicken list in networking? Well, look, it's not that complicated. If we can't help our acquaintances earn income and that blocks us from the phone, are we as leaders and coaches doing the right thing by calling it a derogatory name and belittling people? The chicken list in networking thing is what it is, but I want to embrace your integrity. Listen, you don't have call reluctance, and you're not a chicken, and you certainly don't lack desire. You have integrity. Why do I say you have integrity? Well, because you've been given scripts over the years that tell you to lie to your friends and family, to your warm market, to your prospects. Scripts that teach you to say things like, I don't have a lot of time right now. When you do, you have plenty of time. Scripts that teach you to say, I came across this incredible opportunity. It came across my desk, and it's now making me a lot of money when it isn't. Scripts that teach you to lie. But somewhere, way back in your mind, you know that you can't do that. So you don't pick up the phone. Well, I say, kudos to you. So now all we have to do is get you to do the work to get past this little obstacle. You have integrity. Remember that. You see, once you know how to get a yes on demand and you can teach it, you'll feel confident that people that you do bring into the business will earn income if they do two things. The same two things you need to do. The two things? Well, the first is learn and practice two skills, and I'll be going over them. By the way, my pet peeve as a coach is practice. Not enough people do it. The second thing is go use the skills and improve. So let's go over the rules of practice. Never practice between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. This is absolutely your sacred time. The only thing you do with your business between 9 and 9 is talk to people who are not in your business about your business for yourself and for your teammates. Getting a yes, rejection free, makes it easy to avoid the other nonsense we engage in, like checking sales volume, texting, visiting Facebook pages your team has, and spending hours surfing Facebook. So, when do we practice? After 9 at night and before 9 a.m. You keep that sacred time sacred. Now, let me tell you how I, a big phone chicken, used a pencil, some index cards, and a mirror to overcome call reluctance. Because you see, call reluctance happens to the best of us. As the old saying goes, I've got good news and I've got bad news today. The good news is everybody gets call reluctance. You're not alone. The people that you see that are making 30 to 40,000 a month, they get call reluctance. The people that aren't making any money, they get call reluctance. So the first thing you need to do is embrace that you indeed do have call reluctance. Look, I was a self-confessed bone chicken. I got frozen with call reluctance. And then I discovered this little formula based on the teachings of Charles F. Hannell, who wrote the Master Key System, and W. Clement Stone and Napoleon Hill, who wrote Think and Grow Rich and Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude. Now, what I'm about to show you works every single time. It's 3 simple steps, and it takes a couple days, but it will get you out of the pattern and the habit of reluctance. And then, when you sense it coming again, you just start using the formula again. Yeah, I could make it look like I was doing something important instead of picking up the phone. But you know what? I'm too old to live in these contrived forms of denial. Everybody knows the beauty of network marketing is that what to do first is very clear. I got news for you guys. It's not only an online business. It's not even primarily an online business. There's no debate. Pick up the damn phone. The bad news? If we don't overcome call reluctance, 2 really bad things happen. First, we fail, and that sucks. Second, it damages our already fragile self-esteem. I mean, do any of us want to tell our spouse or best friend that we failed because we were a chicken? So we keep it to ourselves, and it eats us up. Now we tell fibs to ourselves and to others about the effort we're making, when in fact, we're making no effort at all. Our self-esteem erodes further, and the downward spiral begins. You guys all know I'm results oriented, so listen to what I'm saying here. More fibs and false promises about how many dials we're going to make on the day that never comes. Tomorrow. I suffered exactly that negative self-esteem crushing pattern while failing 2 times at networking. And my list, well, it was shrinking. And the shorter my list got, the more call reluctance strangled me. Or should I say I strangled me? And by the way, I want to be clear. I have never bought into the bullshit about not wanting it bad enough. And you shouldn't either. That is absolute garbage. And I call major bullshit on anyone who says it. So let's go over my early days in networking. See, I knew quotes, mantras, and the Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins, Nike-esque motivational do it stuff wasn't going to make any difference. Why? Well, let me ask you a question. How has it worked for you? About the same as it did for me, I'm sure. Sounds great, but the actions and the results never changed. Not really. Seeking a solution was a shock at how simple it was. And it not only worked in me, it worked on every single person, every single time. All they had to do was do it. And I've used it several times over the years, numerous times over the years, as soon as call reluctance begins to rear its ugly head. So, what's the solution? Well, understand that all your goals being realized will fulfill two highly personal needs of yours. So, pick two from this list. Now, every worthwhile goal will fill one or two things on that list. Let's talk about the pencil, the index cards, and the mirror. Step one, decide how many hours you're going to put into your business a week and take a pencil or a pen and schedule 80% of that time in writing to contact people about your business. Step two, pick two from that list I just went over, that list of 7, getting your personal pivotal needs met, the motives behind your goals. That's the step. So number 2, you have to identify the need that your goals are going to meet. This isn't a speech about goals. In fact, goals aren't really important to people that want financial independence. The goals themselves could look completely different, but it fills some kind of need. So, what are your needs? Pick 2 key needs. Pick 2 that, as a human being, that these goals are truly important to you, that you will want or even need to meet. So in my case, it was liberty and autonomy. I wanted the money to do what I wanted to do, and I wanted to be able to come and go as I please. So in my case, I wrote liberty and I wrote autonomy on an index card. Next, you're going to turn the index card over, and I want you to write, I always keep my promises. I'm dialing for 8 hours this week. Okay? Then put that on about 10 or 15 index cards, and you put them everywhere. Put them in the bathroom. If you're a guy, put it where you can see it when you're standing up and when you're sitting down. Write one out backwards and put it on the dashboard so that those letters, your 2 needs, are flashing up onto the windshield and you can read them. Put them on the refrigerator. Put them on the cabinets. Put them on your TV and put them on your computer. So that's the second thing. Step 3, print out the Phone Skills Help PDF document. That's an Adobe Acrobat document. I'm going to include it on this presentation page. And then tape it to your bathroom mirror. Now there's one for women and one for men. And since you're the only partner you can't fib to, read it out loud in the morning. Look yourself dead in the eye, wink at yourself, and say out loud, I always keep my promises. Read it again at night, and I promise within 2 to 3 days, you'll be shocked effortlessly because you want the nighttime read of this document to be favorable. You'll pick up the phone. Imagine how simple this is to teach to your team. And combining that with the network marketing skills of duplication and instant rapport that I have for you on this presentation page I'll put together, it's game over. So what's the bigger benefit? Well, once you move into this level of honesty with yourself and share the solution with your team, they will love that you confess to being a phone chicken. Relieved. They're going to be relieved, and they'll embrace this simple solution. All the fancy stuff about leadership, empowerment, relationships, and motivation is dwarfed when we bond over a common form of suffering and work together to overcome that suffering. Guys, it's huge. And you and your team will make more calls, which is good for everyone. Just believe in this. It is the pathway to freedom for you and your team. And then go ahead and review the instant rapport skills I taught in the team legacy calls I did a while back. I'll include them in this presentation page, and then you're good to go. Go slay the dragon.